I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith, and it is a long weekend, folks. I'm really excited for that. Because I don't remember last time I slept in on a Monday. So I'm going to embrace that. And I think the next holiday after that, look on my calendar, is probably in April. So I'm just gonna take in that holiday and stuff. So I just want to start off with saying happy Family Day to everyone. And because tax season's about to start, on Monday, starting at 8:30, is when you can officially start filing your taxes. So, ain't I excited? And I just want to start off with last episode was really good. Amanda, big up yourself. There's a lot of traction. There's a lot of discussions and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited that you were able to, be there. And I didn't have to, I didn't have to report anyone because there was no unnecessary Valentine's posts or anything. But that was just a joke because anyone that was celebrating and all that good stuff, I was happy for y'all because, love is a special thing. So I decided to kind of wear red. It's kind of red. It's burgundy. It is what it is. However, today I wanted to do a little update because yesterday I have to thank ADP, Alicia Bills. She was able to drop off. Oh, you guys can't see it because it's so shiny. It's my Canadian Master Tax Guide. So I'm going to be having fun looking at this throughout the tax season, just to see how I'm able to, help individuals be more efficient when it comes to their taxes, and then hopefully going forward, because for the last couple years, I have been giving recommendations on what to do throughout the year. So I'm really going to push that through this year on doing tax planning instead of just tax filing, because there's a difference, right? I'm thinking most of the people that I've done taxes for, I've been doing it for a couple years. So I kind of have a feeling of what their life is, or how their life is going. So I'm really trying to push that and just saying let's plan instead of just filing. And that means throughout the year, I need y'all to contact me more. Okay. But I just wanted to talk about some dates that are important. And I decided the reason why I'm sitting over here, I know you guys, I like the background that I normally have with the photos and all that good stuff, but I wanted to have a lot of screens so I'm able to provide y'all with key dates that are important. Yeah, important to me, but should be important to y'all, right? So the first one is, February 20th is when you can start filing online. Individuals that want to file by paper to the ones that do it themselves, I know a couple people that do it that way. Yeah, you are more than welcome to file that. But that means, so businesses due date on providing that information, I believe, is at the end of this month as well. I haven't done that in a while, but like that's why I have ADP. So anyone that I have like clients that I have to do payroll and stuff, I decided I gotta stay in my lane and just have someone else do that. You would have already received, some would have already received their tax slips. I know there's individuals that have messaged me saying that they're getting their tax information on the 23rd. So that's another thing. Just be mindful, and if your employer hasn't provided that information, get on their ass. Get on their ass. Right? The other due date that is important, and this comes into play with when it comes to tax planning, is March 1st. So let's say you're gonna owe, but you want to bring down your taxable income, then it would be an option to use your RSP's contribution to do that. So that is March 1st. That is the due date for that. So be mindful about that. And please, y'all have like a week and a bit left. So you have like 10 days left. I shouldn't even say 10 days. You have a week left to see whether you should do a contribution to your RSPs. And by all means, I do have a service that helps you plan that as well. So what I'm going to do in the show notes is you're going to be able to have my link to be able to set an appointment with me. And please, today I was nice with the phone calls. But email me first, because I need to keep track, and I'm trying to stay organized and all that good stuff. Okay, folks. So also, what's another important date? Oh, it's like the most important date is the due date to file. Well, if you're going to owe in taxes, it's advisable to file before April 30th. So you're able to know how much to pay back, because once April 30th is like the due date, or I think, no, it's May 1st, because April 30th is a Sunday. So but I want you guys to clue into April 30th. So that's the deadline to file your taxes. But if you owe, you would want to take into consideration doing it before April 30th, because you're going to be paying interest. Okay, so I say those dates are really important for y'all to know. And if you're self-employed, so if your spouse, common law, is self-employed, their due date to file taxes is June 30th. However, if you have a balance owing, April 30th is when you would want to pay it by, or you're going to pay interest. So what I have set up is I sent you guys an email with preparation to it. My questionnaire is going to be finished by tomorrow, Sunday. So if you're listening to this, I'll have it done, because I'm going to be looking through this lovely book just to see if there's any like common credits or benefits that I find that everyone has, because I have mostly folks that are basic, so not as complex as others. And if it is complex, aka a business. If you're self-employed, you have a business. I don't care if it's a side hustle. I don't care if it's like Uber Eats, an actual business where you're self-employed or you're a self-contractor. That's going to be a different cost and a different way to set up. So anyone that is self-employed, so even if you're employed and have business income or rental income, investment income, please do not wait to the very last day. You see how my face is? I think I will. We will not be on good terms if you decide to wait like April 30th to say, Kamille, I need to get it done. No, because I sent you guys. First thing is, this happens every year, and you're fully aware of when tax season is. Six, this might be even like the last weekend where I can actually go out and have fun. I don't usually go out. I don't. But I'm thinking about it, and it might make sense because I know I'm going to be really busy and stuff. So if anyone wants to go out tonight, I'm kidding. Kind of not, but kidding. So things like that. I really want, like, the reason why I'm starting this weekend is because it's a start, and as you can see on the title, I want to start this tax season on the right foot. And I want to minimize my stress as much as possible, and your stress too. Because if I'm stressing, no, that's a joke. If you're stressing, I have to not stress, but I have to provide you with the right information. And I best believe this book, I'm going to be advertising it the whole time, is going to be beside me, but at all times, even at work, because I do taxes at work as well. So I think it's going to be a great balance because I'll be doing it double time, right? And I'm not mad about it or anything, but also I will be having the questionnaire coming out, and I will let you know what's going to be in the questionnaire. So most times when you're employed, and I'm just giving you guys a little rundown. With income, if any income that you're reporting, whether it's from your employers or businesses and things, well, for your employer, you'll be receiving a T slip. So the T4, maybe a T4A, which will give like pension or a lump sum type of thing. If you have investments or interest income, you'll be receiving like a T5 or a T3. And this is usually when people get upset, is because that's why I say it's important when you have like an RSP or a TFSA or even non-registered. Once you're able to utilize them properly, you'll be able to see how you'll be able to save on taxes and all that good stuff. Because like I've seen like individuals that have like a high interest savings account, and they had to pay tax on the interest income that they received. So they're like, what's this T5? I was like, oh yeah, you accumulated enough interest income to be able to put on your taxes. Some people don't get, some people are happy about that, but I mean, it is what it is. Like the main thing is you want to make sure that the income that you're receiving is accounted for, because the last thing I want to see is folks to get reassessed, audited, or like if you have misinformation and stuff, we really want to, that's why I have the questionnaire, so you guys are, ladies and gentlemen, are able to see the checklist and see the things that I need. And there's also like medical expenses, donations. Don't forget, if you paid rent, you can claim it, especially if you live in Ontario. So there's the Ontario Trillium benefits. So things like that. If you have folks that are a little older, or if they're getting a pension, or if they're getting their CPP or old age security, I think you would have received most of them already. So that would be the T4P, the T4 T4OAS, and then the T4RIF. That's RIF and stuff. So that's like if you have your RSP. And I will have a discussion about that because I've been noticing that a lot of folks don't see the point of having an RSP, and later the government, in a sense, having control in how much money they can put in. But if you're thinking about, like I mentioned, with the RSP contribution deadline, if you're at a certain income, like your gross income is at a certain level, you would want to take in consideration of lowering your taxable income to a spot where you're able to, and remember, my motto is, if you have a tax refund, that means you gave the government like an interest-free money that you're not going to get any interest from the money that they borrowed from you, right? So you'd want to take that into consideration and actually want to be close to like zero, or at least like getting a little bit refund. I know a lot of people are like, nah, Cam, I want a big fat refund. But hear me out. Imagine, and this is going by based on memes that I'm playing memes in my head that cracked me up this whole week. Is imagine the government borrowing $9,000 from you, and you didn't get any interest on that. Wouldn't that piss you off? It pissed me off and all that stuff. That's one thing I am striving to have a tax-free a refund that is close to zero, or at least, let's say, close to zero. That is the model, that is the goal that you want. But if you do have a nice fat lump sum of a tax refund, by all means, live it up, right? And there are other ways. So I'm gonna talk about like other income and other tax credits or tax deductibles. No. There's three types. There's tax credits, tax deductibles, and tax benefits. And I know I've mentioned this, me and Andre and I have mentioned this in our previous episodes. So I will put them like at the end so you can refer back to that. And then I'll have a breakdown as well about that. But these are tax credits or tax deductibles or tax benefits that you're able to utilize to have either a better tax refund or a lesser tax owing. And that's kind of the thing that I'm striving for. I'm not striving for you guys to have I know this may sound crazy or weird. I'm not striving for you guys to have a fat tax refund. I'm striving for you guys to have a lower tax balance owing, because the more money in your pocket is better for you. And that's just how I see it. If you don't agree, you don't agree. That's fine. It's cool. Like it is what it is. But I want folks to stop having that mind frame of, oh, I want to have a big tax refund, right? That's not what we're striving for. We're striving for having a lower taxable income, so we're able to, lower the things. And also what I've noticed, lovely Max even Max wants you guys to have a better taxable income or credits and all that stuff. So what I was thinking is, there are some new tax credits that are in play. I'm still gonna mention the COVID benefits. If you're still trying to see whether you owe or are able to claim that, just check on your account on CRA. And I would advise a lot, as much as, and I'm laughing because every time this year comes into play, a lot of y'all don't remember your password for CRA online. And if anything, I have to go in it like all the time. So if you are comfortable giving me authorization, then that will be easier with getting T-slips, but it is your responsibility to give me like your donations, your medical, your rent, and just other information. Like, so if you have a dependent, like if you have a child or you have an adult dependent, then you would have to provide that information, because I wouldn't get all that information on CRA. So these are the things that would be on my checklist to make things better. Actually, I have my checklist right here. I should talk about my checklist, but I also want to talk about what's on CRA. So with my checklist, you would provide me all the information I need to do your taxes. And that's something that's, date of birth, address, what your status is. And this is if you're living with someone, you have to consider it common law, unless you're married, right? It would be advisable for the folks that are married or common law to have the right information. I know there's folks that want to do it separately. I'm not going to fly with that. I don't fly with that. The last thing I need is for CRA to double check some information that I provided, and unless I didn't know, if you didn't tell me, or if I'm oblivious to your life, that's why I want to do tax planning throughout the year, so I'm able to provide you with the right information and all the right things, then that's on you. But I would prefer that we have the right information and all that good stuff, because I don't like, it's too much. It's too much, guys. It's too much to be pulling a fast one on CRA. Even though CRA right now is pissing me off, but that's another story. I have to actually stop saying this, because they might come for me because I'm saying I'm annoyed with them. But like, there aren't enough people that work at CRA. So if anyone is looking for a job, please go apply to CRA, because they need people. They need people. Whether you want to do management or whatever, they need people, right? But yes, sorry. So that type of information, whether you had a child, I'm hoping if you had a child, I would have known. If you lost your job, I would like to know. If you moved, I would like to know, because there are credits that you can claim. So if you moved like about 40 kilometers, thank you, Lorianne, for reminding me about that. If you moved 40 kilometers for work or whatnot, you could actually claim that expense, or I'm going to say a part, not all, but a part of that. But you'd have to, this year, what's going to happen is I will have the questionnaire, and I will, like, book a meeting so we can talk about the things that are new, and I'd be able to educate you and be able to provide a service throughout the year instead of just providing it through these 2 months. Because I think when it comes to it's just, I rather you not be lost and not know what to give me, even though I provide a questionnaire, but still ask me these questions and just in case, because it works better for both of us when we both know what our main goal is, right? So if there has been a time where you're like, Kamille, message me, then by all means, but you'd have to book an appointment. Actually, yeah, book an appointment. If you want me to sit down and talk to you about it, you have to book an appointment. If you just want me to just do it and I will explain things afterwards, I'm going to do that as well. But I'd rather us book a meeting and talk about it and stuff. So like I said before, there's the T4, the T4A, there's T4E if you had if you're on maternity leave or if you're unemployed, they have that income. You have the pensions, CERB, there's dividends, investment income, and all that good stuff. And if I'm receiving if I'm receiving dividend income from you, then please be mindful of the charges that you have at that bank, because those are things that you can claim. So things like this, I can tell you once we're sitting down in a meeting, talking about it and all that good stuff. There's rental property income and there's business income. So those things are the ones that you have to provide me. You have to tell me the truth. And I do have a business expense template to make things easier, because you see this? You see QuickBooks? That is where I usually provide services for bookkeeping. And you either have the option of either filling the template on your own with the right information, and then I'd be able to enter the information, or you ask me for that bookkeeping services where I'll provide that service, but it's going to cost more. So it's either you take the time to acknowledge how much money you made, and I would love that to happen. How much money you made, whether you should have the HST number or whether you're at that stage to get the HST number or not. And also whether the expenses that you've claimed are legit. Because when it comes to the self-employed or even the rental the expenses, you can't claim everything, but there are a lot of things that you can claim. And I believe that's why some folks, when it comes to, the rich always get to claim everything and stuff, because they're providing they are helping individuals have a job, so they get incentives. So whatever expenses you have in the business, you're gonna be able to be blessed and all that good stuff, right? So that's just one thing to think about. What else? Sorry, the new services or credits. So there's an air quality improvement tax credit. That's for self-employed or partnership individuals. So if you had like ventilation improvements in your business, then you can claim 25% up to equals 25% of your total expenses. There are numbers. It will be provided when that comes into play. There's disability tax credit. So, did you know for 2021 and later tax years, an individual that was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes is deemed to have met the 2 terms and 14 hours per week requirement for self-sustaining therapy. Follow me. I am definitely going to talk about that more. There's the first time home buyers tax credit. It has increased to $10,000 for qualifying home purchases after December 31st, 2021. It used to be $5,000. The whole home accessibility tax credit, that's increased to $20,000. I believe it used to be $10,000. There's labor mobility deductions for tradespeople. So folks that are in trades, message me about that. If you are eligible, you'll be able to deduct up to $4,000 in expenses per year. Also, medical expense tax credit for surrogates. I'm going to say surrogates like that. There are certain things that you can do. Certain medical expenses that have expanded to include fertility clinics and donor banks in Canada to obtain a donor sperm or ova to enable the conception of a baby by the individuals. Those are things you would want to take in consideration. Those are the new ones. Those are the recent ones that I've acknowledged. There's still the staycation. So anyone that lives in Ontario that did a staycation, whether it was a cottage, camping, Airbnb, such things like that, within Ontario, you're able to have a tax credit for that. That is on my lovely checklist, because I know there's just some things that, people forget, like, am I able to do this? And I'm like, yeah. What else? I want to go back to the folks that are self-employed. I am watching y'all this year. I'm joking. But really, I just want to remind y'all that to just prepare for the tax season. I simply have a questionnaire. It's simply a checklist. If you were working last year, obviously I need that T-slip. If you made donations, I need that donation receipt, and it has to be a legit donation receipt. I know there's some folks who are, just make sure it's legit, an official tax receipt. I even seen some charitable companies were questionable in the past. So just be mindful about that. And I'm sorry, I haven't looked at anyone's like tuning in and looking. I apologize, but also just be mindful. Yes, Christopher Lawrence. Thank you, Christopher, for tuning in. So I still have calendars. There's Leanne that deserves one. Amanda, you're gonna get one as well. What else? Who else? There's many people. Vanessa, Karina, and others. I haven't forgotten about you. I will deliver them. I'll either deliver in the mail, or I'll just meet at a spot to give you your calendar. But yes, frequency, event promotions, calendar supporting Black businesses, are people of color, and all that good stuff. And also, it is still Black History Month. I'm trying my best to go to restaurants and stuff that are Black owned. I did an epic fail yesterday, but I will not fail this weekend. And it's also Family Day and all that good stuff. What else, folks? Deadlines. First of all, deadlines. Deadlines are very important. Please be mindful about that. Please. April 30th I'm saying April 30th is the last day to file taxes. If I see you guys come to me, especially if you're a business, if you guys come to me April 29th, I will do it. I won't be happy about it, but I will do it. But throughout this tax season, I will have reminders. I know I said I was gonna be better with the reels. I am going to do better with those. Just bear with me out. Bear with me. It actually is more time consuming than I thought, but I will be there. And if you have anyone that is looking for someone to do tax planning or to file their taxes and then prepare for like what's happening in 2023, I am available. The show notes I have, just book an appointment. And I really want to focus on educating and on how to do it correctly. And if there is a time, like if you are a corporation that's looking for taxes, I also have referrals because I stay in my lane. I only do personal taxes and I also do self-employed. I am staying in my lane and not doing corporation. It's just, but I'm up for bookkeeping as well. You see back here, boom, taxes, bookkeeping, all that good stuff. So that's what I just wanted to say to everyone. I hope everyone has a lovely family day. I mean, this family day is a little different for me again, but it is what it is. I am going to try to spend time with my grandma at least to see these guys every day. But my grandma I haven't seen in a while, so I am definitely going to visit her. I'm going to surprise her a little bit, you know. But for the folks that are looking for anyone to do their taxes, I am here. If you're looking for a corporation, I have a referral list and all that good stuff. And make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. If there's any questions that you have with tax season and all that good stuff, by all means, send me a message. Like I said, I have this, yeah. Any question of this book that is gonna help me and help you, because I want to educate y'all about how to utilize on these tax credits and benefits that we have, and yeah, all that good stuff. And I think, yes, if you have any questions, just book an appointment. That's where you'll be able to get a better understanding of your taxes and all that good stuff. So on that note, peace and love, folks, and make sure you guys tell your folks that you love them, like folks, loved ones, and all that good stuff. And just be kind to everyone, especially on this. Oh, I know not everyone has this long weekend, like, but there are folks that had other holidays before. So if you're working on Monday, I'm sorry. But if not, enjoy this weather and all that stuff. Oh, sorry, side note. Anyone that survived yesterday's freezing rain, you're a real MVP, because darn it, it was bad. But on that note, folks, peace and love, and just make sure your taxes are prepared properly, because you have a checklist and you have me. You don't need H&R Block. You got people that will actually sit down and look through with you about your taxes and all that good stuff. All right. So next time, folks, peace and love. Oh, hold on. Boy. Sure. Un momento. Technical difficulties, always, but it won't happen when it comes to your taxes. Woo! All right, folks. Boom.
Financial literacy, knowledge is a must. So link the flip boss, watch the result flash, and watch your life change. And for a better cause, you have a business or a plan and want to make it. Yeah, flip and floss, are they want to manifest it. Yeah, and if you want to better manage all your credit, call the boss. Flip and floss, no doubt, then we do it. Yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, greatness in our blood because we're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, boots up your knowledge for your minimal cost. Hey, yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Greatness in our blood because we're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, up your knowledge for your minimal cost.